Let it do what it do, what it do.
I'm definitely face of boxing. Absolutely.
They up the level, I'ma up the level with them every time.
I mean what I say, lines only put.
Charlo just dropped Lewin with that sweeping right and goes down face first. It's
Hey. I am back with another one. I am back with another morning after show. Yes, me and my co-host. I'll call him the debate guru, baby. We are talking about none other than Knockout a Boxing 86 a TV. And I'm getting ready to bring him up. All right. Yes, sir. All right, Knockout. What's going on, bro?
Man, I'm chilling. How you doing, KQ? What's up with you, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Long night last night, long day, day tonight. And but it was entertaining. And I love those weekends of nothing but boxing.
Yeah.
The ones I missed, I can go the next day and catch them. But first of all, before we get started, all right, let's see who all in the building. All right. Okay. So first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming in yesterday. All right, we did great numbers yesterday. And man, I think that's the highest we did, about 6,000. Okay, so let's see who we got in the building. We got all things up in here. Oh, we got the lovely Queen Tara Hudson up in here, and we got my man, Dr. Mark. I mean, he is flawless, baby. Mentality. Yes, sir. All right. Let's move on down the road, baby. Yes, so we got my man, Night Rider 16, baby. Watch what you eat. Yes, sir. Joshua Roberts. What's going on, JR? What's going on with you? All right. Yes, sir. The big O, baby. Yes, sir. And that ain't for Oscar. That's for Oakland LD. What's going on, O? Yes, sir. We got Clark Bay TV in here. What's going on, brother? All right. We got T Ash is in here. What's going on, T Ash? How you feel? All right. Yes, sir. We got Andy Gill up in here. What's going on, Andy Gill? All right. Yes, sir. How deep is your love? All right. Yes, sir. Okay. Who else we got up in here? We got Javon 856 up in here. We got Tez up in here. All right. We got Texas DT20 up in here. We got Terrell W up in here. We got, let me see. We got Boy Junior 83 is up in here. And we got my man, Cam Network is up in here. All right, we got Kevin House in here. We got Ray the Boss is up in here. We got Lucky McKinnon is up in here. Oh, we got Soul Glow in here with that $1, baby. Holla. What's going on, brother? I appreciate you with the $1 holla. Yes, sir. All right, we got 600 said in here. What's going on, JD? And yes, sir, we got in the building a boxing. It's up in here. All right, and I think that's it for right now. Yes, sir. Make sure everybody smash the like button. And make sure y'all show your love. All right. We got Knockout Boxing 86 TV. We got his cash app under there. Knockout Boxing 86 TV. And of course, you got KQKC right there at 275 KQKC. Show your love for the hard work that I'm doing and what Knockout is doing. Knockout pumping out them videos. And I know y'all hit on some of them damn videos too, damn it. All right? Because he putting out that work, baby. We are talking about nothing but shorts. We talking about videos. We talking about live streams. Man, the man is working. And he working a goddamn job. All at the same time. Man, I wish I had that energy.
100.
But anyway, let's get on started with the show, baby. All right?
Yeah,
Yes,
wise man told me you gotta try to get to this money while you're young, so you can rest when you get older. So that's all we try and do over here. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Good morning to y'all. Good morning, KQ. Y'all be sure to smash the like button. We got a great show on deck for y'all. Got a lot of topics to cover. So let's get straight to it. KQ, why don't we start with the undisputed heavyweight fight that took place in the afternoon between Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois, where Usyk regained his undisputed heavyweight crown by stopping Daniel Dubois in the 5th round with an overhand left from God. And he had that boy damn near twist his whole left ankle and kneecap and everything. And Daniel Dubois got on up out of there, man. Alexander Usyk got the W. What did you think of that fight, man? What did you think of that performance from Usyk, and where does it put him historically as a fighter, man?
Well, I've seen a lot of people in the chat put him in the top 20 and top 10. I would say top 10. Now I want to say top 10 of all times. But he's up there though. Usyk, big force to be reckoned with at the cruiserweight. Then he stepped up to heavyweight. Now he was a small heavyweight, and then he was able to put on the pounds. And shout out to Usyk for doing that. All right, but yesterday afternoon, Daniel Dubois, Triple D. All right, Daniel Dynamite Dubois, man, he is an up and coming star. Now he just couldn't move like Usyk. Usyk always still, no matter how heavy or small he is, he always uses his angles, and he always know how to pretty much fall out just like a southpaw, throw it straight left, fall out to the right. And he was doing that on Daniel. Daniel just big and a little bit slow. All right. But still in all, congratulations to Usyk. And Daniel, he trying his best pretty much to be that big puncher, but his foot movement is just too slow right now against a puncher, against a boxer like Usyk. So Daniel, of course, he had the crowd behind him, but he still just couldn't catch up with Usyk. And Usyk caught him, and I think he got confused and got caught. That's what it was. And then he went down, and he went down hard. So that's what I got on that one. So
yeah, man.
I didn't catch the whole fight, but I was able to look at a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So.
Usyk is just too technically good for Daniel Dubois, and it showed in the first fight, and it really showed in the second fight. Just the feints, the jab, the straighter shots. Dubois, I feel like Dubois is okay, but Usyk is in like an era of heavyweights where he's just so much more skilled than everybody. Where it may be a long time, like he can probably continue to reign until he like 40. He 38 right now. He could probably be around 40, 41 years old, still whipping these dudes' tails, man. He's that good with his footwork. He's that good technically, and as long as he don't age overnight, he's gonna be fine. When I was breaking down the fight, that's what I said. I said he's so much better than Daniel Dubois. The only way that Daniel Dubois has a chance to win is if Usyk just fell off of a cliff, bro. And he didn't fall off a cliff. He went in there and he pushed Daniel Dubois off a damn cliff. And I feel kind of sorry for Dubois because he's like young and he's 27, but by the time he starts fighting the heavyweights of his era, he might be washed up because he keep getting his ass whooped by dudes like above him. So Usyk done whooped him twice. Joe Joyce done whooped him. And so by the time he gets to fight the guys of his era, like a Bakadir Jalalav or Moses Atwama or Richard Torres and guys like that, his chin gonna already be just totally deteriorated and checked, and he might just get whooped by them too. So it's like, damn, bro, you just a tweener in between eras. The good fighters from the era in front of you, they whooped your tail. Then by the time you finally fight the dudes that's kind of around your area, you gonna already be washed up because you done got knocked out a few times already. So what's next for Daniel Dubois? He continues to get his eye snatched because I saw that Usyk dang near closed his eye with a jab again. We know Joe Joyce closed his eye with a jab. The chin is looking suspect. He can punch hard. You know what I mean? That's about it. But Usyk, man, was just on another level. And now he's a 3-time undisputed champion. He's fighting these dudes 30, 40 pounds heavier than him. He just keep making it look like it's just easy, man. And now with 2 wins against Joshua, 2 wins against Fury, 2 wins against Daniel Dubois, all the guys he beat at cruiserweight, just a problem, man. And probably a lot of people talk about Canelo, man. A lot of people talk about Terrence Bud Crawford. I think Alexander Usyk has a chance. And right now, as it currently stands, I think you got to say that he is the best fighter of this generation, that he is the GOAT of this generation. Everybody in America, we talk about Bud. We give Bud his respect, and a lot of people say he's the greatest of this generation. But Usyk is out here making his case and making it very, very well, bro. And that resume it's getting harder and harder to deny. So fair play to him, man. Great job to Alexander Usyk, and shout out to the Ukraine for producing such a great champion and such a great fighter, man. He did his thing, bro, and I think he got a whole lot of gas left in the tank, and that's all I got on that, bro.
Oh yeah. And what's so amazing about Usyk is that he's not really a big heavyweight. He's not like a big heavyweight like in my days. He's not that big guy or that big Holyfield or a big stocky Mike Tyson. He's just pretty much an oriented fighter that look like he can be at 168 or something like that. But he's still going in there and he's dominating big guys at the heavyweight division. So that's skill set, that's good foot movement, that's good punch placement, that's good ring IQ. So he got all of that, and right now I don't see nobody stopping him. So, but let me shout out to Big Dog Willie with the 5-piece in the super chat. Breaking news on WWE Monday Night Raw: will Tank and The Rock versus Jake Paul and Stone Cold in a wheelchair cage match will be announced tomorrow. Pure fact. All right, Big Dog Willie with the jokes this morning. All right. Okay.
It ain't nobody laugh. It ain't nobody laughing at that shit because it was not funny. So one more thing about Usyk before we move on. Did you see he did a face off with Jake Paul?
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Alexander Usyk versus Jake Paul. What's your thought?
I mean, why does Jake Paul just want an ass whooping? I don't get this dude. He's very good as a promoter, especially with women fighters, women boxers. Why don't you stick to that, dude? And stop making a mockery out of yourself. Fighting older fighters and fighting guys that you can't beat. I know you want to be a boxer, but you should have started maybe about a few years back. But still, Usyk. I'm talking to Usyk now. Don't discredit your resume. Don't discredit your reputation by fighting someone like Jake Paul. Okay, so but hopefully that just a exhibition or whatever, So, but that's what I think about it. I think it's just pure trash. That's what I call it.
See, I'm a little different. I think this could be his Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor. And like go in there and whoop his ass and get him up out of boxing, man. Get him up out of here, bro. Go make the turkey, make the fight then.
Mm-hmm.
Turkey, go ahead and make the fight then. Let me see it. I want to see Jake Paul versus Alexander Usyk.
Wow.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Usyk put him in the dirt and then ride off into the sunset with his 50, 60 million, whatever he can make to do it. And dip off on his ass. Yeah, get Jake Paul up out of boxing. Let him promote women's boxing because he's great for the sport in that regard. Right. But as far as him fighting, get him up out of here, Usyk. Go beat his tail. Go put him to sleep, man. But that's all I got on it, bro. I ain't really got too much else to say about it, man. You got anything else before we move on, man?
No, that's all I got on Usyk. Yeah.
All right, so let's move over to Premier Boxing Champions for a second. Gary Russell Jr., I want to talk about the preliminary card first. I think the one worth talking about on the morning after show. And y'all smash the like button too, by the way. The one that I think talking about the most is obviously Gary Russell Jr.'s performance against Castaneda. What did you think of Gary Russell Jr. for his first performance after being out of the ring for 3.5 years, man?
Gary Russell, he looked sharp. All that he went through, like he said, he lost his father, he lost his brother. He was back and forth to court trying to get his brother kids, and he went through a lot. And he training his brother Gary Antoine. So now he said it's his time now, and he came out there looking sharp. It looked like he never been out of the sport for a while. He came out there with the straight left and pretty much showing the hand speed. Because once upon a time in the featherweight division, argumentally, he had the fastest hands in the sport of boxing. And that's why Leo Santa Cruz stayed away from him in the featherweight division. But now he's back. And now, of course, I can see that the toll of being absent from sport from the boxing is pretty much put a toll on him because he had his opponent hurt. and he had his opponent hurt a couple times. But it's always one of them boxers that don't have it all, but just won't go away. And that's what Gary Russell Jr. was trying to do. But I think he was running out on gas, and he couldn't pretty much put them together like he did in the first half of the fight. So he did what he could do. And then once he mustered up a little gas and started throwing sharp shooting again, still, this guy, Castaneda, he just wouldn't go away. Kameda, he just wouldn't go away. You know, so, but Gary looked the sharp. And you know what? Knockout, that's what he needed. That's what he needed if he's coming back. That's what he needed, a fight, that a person that they're going to pretty much put up a fight and that won't just go away. But Gary looked good, man. He looked good last night. And I mean, Shawty did his thing, you know.
Shawty,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
The 5'1" calling everybody Shawty. That's wild.
Yeah, I know.
That is wild. 5'1" calling Shawty is crazy.
Yeah, so he also he put everybody kind of on notice that, hey, I'm back. So Lamont Roach, he wants to fight his brother. And hey, Gary said, no, hey, fight me. But you know, Lamont Roach, you got unfinished business, baby. You can't sit up there and jump from 130 all the way to whatever, you know, you're trying to do, you know. So but still in shout out to Gary Russell Jr. All right, the patriarch of the Russell family now. And he pretty much looked good, you know, and so I tip my hat off to him. You know, so that's all I got on him.
Yeah, I thought Gary Russell Jr. was sharp relative to most fighters in boxing, but he didn't look like the Gary Russell Jr. of old. And you expect that with 3.5 years out of the ring, that he was gonna have some conditioning issues, and maybe the back half of the fight he wasn't going to be as have as much energy. But he closed the show in the 10th round. He could hit Castaneda when he wanted to. The counter left hand was there all night. Jab was there. He was just faster, better, and just more skilled and just wildly more talented. I think his head movement needs some more work. If I'm thinking about him against guys like Roach or Tank or whatever, because he kind of was trying to like knock the shots away or whatever, but he wasn't using a lot of head movement. He was moving his feet good. Distance control seemed to be a tad bit off, but the Gary Russell Jr. that I remember when he was in his heyday, Castaneda probably wouldn't have been able to go like more than 4 or 5 rounds with him, but he just didn't have the conditioning. And you know, maybe he wanted to get some rounds in. Maybe he wanted to just make sure that he carried him a little bit so he could get back, you know, get back some rounds and try to be prepared for so he's not as rusty as he steps up in competition. Now, this fight was at lightweight. I'm not sure if Gary Russell Jr. is really going to fight at lightweight. I think he's trying to make a play for 130 because he weighed in at 131 pounds. So I'm thinking that he's probably going to be trying to campaign at 130. But as you said, he did call out Lamont Roach. Him and Lamont Roach had a back and forth. Lamont Roach called out his brother Gary Antoine. Gary Antoine said, "You got a fight already lined up, and I got a fight lined up, but I can come get you ready for your fight. Like I can come spar you right now since you're talking." And then Gary Russell Jr. doubled down again and called out Lamont Roach right after the fight that he had with Castaneda. What do you think of all that? The back and forth between the Roach and the Russells. What's your thoughts on all that, man? Since Gary Russell was able to win, and him and Lamont Roach are having a little bit of an issue right now.
You know, at first, you know, I said, you know, listen, Lamont Roach got unfinished business with Gervonta Davis, but then I thought about it. All these guys know each other. All these guys know each other from the amateurs. And the Russell family is well known because they took over the amateur ranks in the Washington, D.C. area. And when you got Capitol Heights, you got Washington, D.C., and you got Baltimore. They are all right there together, and they know each other. And now, it might be some personal feelings there. It might be who the best, I'm the best. No, you the best, I'm the best. You know, things like that. But still, you know, I think that would be a good sparring match for Lamont Roach and Gary Russell. Because Gary Russell's a southpaw, and he's short. Same way as Gervonta Davis. But it's a big difference in Gervonta Davis and Gary Russell now. All right, we are talking about heavy hands. Russell don't have heavy hands like Tank, but he got speed. But that's it. But Lamar Roach, he need to focus on the fight that he has to go in front of with Gervonta Davis. I believe this court case is going to be resolved on the July the 29th, I believe. And I think they're just going to throw it out because it's not that big of a deal. Of course, with $1,000 bond, it's definitely a big deal. But still in all, Lamar Roach, I think he's starting to smell his piss. He's starting to smell this draw. He's doing like Edgar Berlanga, right? You didn't win, all right? You drew or you lost, whatever, like Edgar Berlanga, and he happy about that shit. He's happy about it. He's going all over the place. He was on Twitch the other day. Went live on Twitch and said, "Man, this dude just don't want to fight me, man. I think this dude is scared. I think no, listen." When people got something going on in their lives and people don't know about it, then they all assume everything but the right thing. And so, but keep on running your mouth. That's all I can say. Keep running your mouth and make sure you there when it's time, when it's go time. That's what I think about it. So yeah. That's all I got. Yeah.
When I watched that back and forth, something very interesting popped out to me, and that is when Gary Antoine Russell told Lamont Roach that he had a fight lined up. Lamont Roach didn't say, "No, I don't. Tank is scared. I don't have no fight lined up. Ain't nobody. I'm free." No, he didn't say that. He just ignored that part. And sometimes what you don't say speaks very loud. So I think he's doing a lot of capping right now, and I think that he's just upset that it's not on his terms, right? Like, Tank's team, we gonna announce it when we announce it. We gonna announce it when our guy's ready. We'll give you the fight date when we ready to give you the fight date once he handles whatever he got going on. And I don't think Lamont Roach likes that because it's interesting that you said he was on Twitch. He was on Twitch doing a stream from an Airbnb where he's in camp for a fight against a fighter that he claims is scared of him and don't want to fight him. Like, make all of that make sense. Like maybe that went over some of y'all heads, so I'll say it again. So not only is Gary Antoine Russell telling him he got to fight, which Gary Antoine Russell would know because more than likely Gary Antoine Russell is on the undercard because he's a PBC fighter too, so he'll know if Lamont Roach got a fight lined up or not. But not only that, he's on Twitch doing a live stream, telling the world that Tank Davis is scared of him and he don't want to fight from an Airbnb, paying for a camp and paying for an Airbnb and doing sparring in a whole camp for a fight against a fighter that's scared of him.
Right.
Y'all go ahead and make that. Y'all go ahead and make that make sense and do whatever y'all want to do. That's why you can't be listening to everybody, bro. Everybody don't use their brain and their mind when they give y'all this damn content, bro. Like you got, oh my God, Tank Davis is scared. Lamont Roach said he backed out the fight. He sure did from the Airbnb that he paying for the fight.
What a dumbass.
Like, all right, y'all got it, bro. Yeah. Y'all got it. Do your thing. Yeah, do your thing. I mean, you in the whole bedroom with an Airbnb on Twitch.
Man. You ain't got nothing to do on camp but go live. Man.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. But yeah, as far as Gary Russell Jr. is concerned, I need to see you do more than fight Castaneda before I want to see you fight a Gary Antoine or Tank Davis or Lamont Roach. You gotta beat somebody up that's a little bit better, and you gotta show me that you really back. Because you know how Gary is, man. That was his second fight in 5 years. He liable. We liable won't see him again until 2030. So show us that you serious. Why can't you get another fight off this year? Because you didn't take no whole lot of punishment and no shit like that. So
right.
As far as Lamont Roach or Tank or Gary Antoine fighting, or Gary Russell Jr. fighting Lamont Roach or Tank Davis or somebody at the top of 135, because he even said he'll get in there with Abdullah Mason, he'll get in there with Shakur Stevenson. Before I'm calling for any of those fights, I need I need Gary Russell Jr. to beat somebody other than a damn journeyman level fighter out of Mexico. That's just me, man. And that's all I got on it. You got anything else, man?
No, but they can't hit this like button. We got 130 something people in here. We only got 69 likes.
Yeah, that's ugly work.
Yeah,
that's ugly work, y'all. Get the likes to 100.
Yeah, bring it over 100 at least. All right, come on, show your love, man. All right,
100%, and hit the super chat for the OG as well.
Yes, sir.
So, do you have anything else on that before I switch to the next topic? Okay.
All
right. So the other thing I wanted to ask you and wanted to make sure I brought up all of this stuff that's going on with Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. with this drug testing from Bill Haney. So they already agreed to drug testing. Turkey is paying for whatever he's paying for. The Haneys want extra drug testing for the fight. And when we first got on, that's what I was listening to when you when you were when you were getting the show started. I was listening to the Boxing Voice, and they were going back and forth about it. And now there's some tweets out, Devin Haney telling them do what you told. The Boxing Voice is saying that the Normans have agreed to whatever extra testing that the Haneys wanted, and so forth and so on. What are your thoughts about all of this? About because you have people that were saying Brian Norman Jr. Now they're insinuating that he's a drug cheat. Devin Haney and Bill, you got people saying that it looks like Devin and Bill were trying to find a way out of the fight. What do you think of all this mess of these new stipulations or this new demand of the Haneys that Brian Norman Jr. do some extra drug testing on top of what they already agreed to in the contract with Turkey Al-Sheikh? What's your thoughts on all that?
You know, I've been looking at that and watching and seeing what people are saying, whatever. Listen, first of all, David, you're not a champion, okay? Brian Norman is the champion. You don't got no say-so about anything. Now, Brian Norman said, and he said it clear and loud, once I come from vacation, don't worry, I'm going to roll and bottle whatever. Now, Bill, we know you and Victor Conti, y'all like blood brothers and shit. We get that. But listen, don't try to find a way out of this fight, because you talked your son into a fight that he didn't have no business getting into. But now, is this what you're trying to do? Oh, he don't want to take the test, so I don't trust him. Listen, just because Ryan Garcia cheated, that don't mean everybody is a cheat. Remember that. Everybody's not cheating in the sport of boxing. Do we got cheating in the sport of boxing? Yes. As Canelo team. Yes, we do. All right? Yes, it's been going on since the beginning of time. But not everybody. So you cannot sit there with the PSD mindset and thinking everybody is dirty. Now, what you need to do is focus on your damn son. All right, make sure his mind is together. Make sure he's going to be ready for the fight. Because if he don't let his hands go, he's going to get knocked out. Well, that's what's going to happen. So stop worrying about the drug test. All right, Brian Norman Jr. never popped dirty. Never popped dirty. So why should he start now? Why? Because Devin? No, Devin ain't no big puncher. Devin ain't no big welterweight. Devin ain't never fought at welterweight yet. So what the hell you doing, Bill? All right, sometimes you got to step back and get out the limelight, because now it's messing with your mind. It's messing with your mind now, all right? And now, and the Boxing Boys are joining in and spreading that damn propaganda around along with these damn channels, all right? So listen. What he need to do is just wait till Brian Norman Jr. get back from vacation, go ahead and roll, and y'all get it on. All right? So stop trying to get out the fight, because I told everybody, I don't know how, I don't know when, but they're going to try to get out to this fight because they know the outcome of this fight. Now, of course, Devin, like I said, he's no big puncher. It's no threat there. So why the hell would Brian Norman want to cheat? Please, somebody explain that to me. Explain it to me like I'm a fifth grader. Please, somebody. Man, but that's all I got knocked out right now. So, man.
Yeah, man. So to me, looking at this situation, KQ, and I don't want to be long-winded, but I want to make sure I get everything out that I want to say on your platform, so people can hear my thoughts over here. So number one, it clearly looks to me like the Haneys are a worm on the hook that don't want to get thrown into the water and get eaten by a fish, bro. Like it looks like to me that they are doing everything they can to try to find a way out of this fight, like you alluded to at the end of what you said. And the reason that I say that is because the Devin Haney that I know, love him or hate him or don't like him or whatever, the Bill Haney that I know, love him or hate him or don't like him or whatever, once the deal was done and the fight was announced, oh, it's up. We talking noise, the fight is up. Let's get it cracking. Whatever we agreed to, we about to beat your tail. But for some reason, in this situation, the fight is done. The fight has been announced. They've already done their press conference. They've already announced the fight. They've already agreed to everything. And now after agreeing to everything, you crying about putting something extra in the agreement that wasn't there to begin with. Like Turkey already decided what he was paying for with the VADA testing. The Normans already said, yes, we'll do the VADA testing, just whatever Turkey said. Like that whatever he said, whatever he's paying for, that's what we've already signed up for because that's what we agreed to in negotiations. Now you have the Haneys coming out after negotiations, making all this fuss, making all this noise. Why, bro? Nervousness, in my opinion. Why? Scariness, in my opinion. They worried about what Brian Norman Jr. is probably gonna do to Devin in that ring, bro.
Yeah.
And so to me, no matter what happens here, if the fight doesn't happen because the Normans refuse to do what Devin and Bill are asking them, or if the fight does happen because the Normans decide that they're going to go ahead and meet this extra demand of the Haneys or whatever, the Normans are right no matter what they do. Because it is Bill and Devin that is asking them to go outside the confines of the agreement that they agreed to in the first place. Right? And this is where Devin Haney fans might get mad, but I'm going to tell the truth. This is where you have to look at Bill and say, do you really love your son? Are you really having his best interest at heart? Why wasn't all of this discussed when y'all were negotiating the fight? That's the first thing I thought about, KQ, when all this stuff jumped off and everything started happening. I'm like, yo, that should have been like drug testing. That should have been the most important thing to Bill Haney in negotiations. Was drug testing, making sure his son don't get cheated again, making sure they got whatever VADA they wanted, and all of that. But he saw all them zeros from Turkey, and he saw and he know what his monthly allowance is from Devin. And he like, oh, my allowance could go up. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this fight. And then he didn't read everything that he needs to read, and now he's coming back trying to do some extra stuff and trying to make the Normans do some stuff that he wants them to do that he should have negotiated ahead of time, bro. Ahead of time. So you can't blame Brian Norman Jr. and Senior and Jolene Alstein, or I think her name is Jolene, and Adrian Clark. You can't blame Brian Norman Jr. team if they say no. If they say no, bro, we're not doing anything outside of the contract. If you want something changed, you go to Turkey and he can put it in the contract, and we'll do it. And we'll do it if that's what's part of the contract. But to me, this reeks of being panicked. This reeks of being worried. And now you're starting to see why Bill Haney made that phone call and then got exposed over there on Coach Malachi's channel when he was talking to Tay Jones. And now you have this on top of that. It's just a bad look, bro. And then you have people trying to paint Brian Norman Jr. as a drug cheat. And I was listening to Bill Haney a few weeks ago say that he was worried about the juniors, Brian Norman Jr. messing up his son's brand, and we really wanted to fight Shakur, and that was all the things that were coming out from that Tay Jones conversation. And I'm listening to all of this, and I'm watching all this. And I'm like, well, what is all of these allegations? What is it doing to Brian Norman Jr.'s brand? Y'all are basically painting him as a drug cheat if he don't do what y'all want him to do. But y'all already agreed to everything. So that's on you, and that's your fault. So I think it's a big mess. I hope it doesn't stop the fight from happening. But if this fight doesn't happen, this is a huge duck. This is one of the biggest ducks in history, because I need everyone that can hear my voice to understand the fight is already done. All of this stuff you see them going back and forth with over the weekend, this is extra shit that the Haneys are bringing to the table. This is something extra that they are bringing to the table that they want to insert. Yeah. And when you're trying to add something into the contract after the contract is already done, if you're trying to add something into the agreement after both parties have already agreed, that's on you, bro. That's not on the other party. So we'll see what happens. I hope it don't stop the fight from happening, because I really want this fight to happen. I think it's a great fight for everybody involved. But them boys looking really, really shaky out here, man. They're looking really, really shaky and really scared out here. And if they go through pulling out of this fight because Brian Norman Jr. don't want to change the contract that they already agreed to, then that's a duck on them, man. That's not a duck on. That's nothing wrong with Brian Norman Jr. and his team. They claiming all this A-side stuff. Devin is the man. Devin is this. Devin and that. Cool. You should have made all these demands before y'all made it, whatever agreement that y'all made, bro. Straight up. That's trash. So the Normans, they right no matter what they do. If they decide to go through and do what Devin and Bill is asking them to do, cool, no problem. If they decide not to, then cool. That's on Devin and them. Y'all should have negotiated that shit ahead of time. They just scary, bro. That's all that's going on. They scared for their life right now, bro.
Oh
Scared
yeah,
to they shook. So that's all I got on it, man. You got anything else?
yeah. Listen, Bill can't talk. Ain't nobody messing up your son brand. You messed up your son brand. Your son brand been messed up when he fought Ryan Garcia with that little drop. Whatever that was, and still was a drug cheat. He still cheated, but still, no, you messed up his brand before and after that fight with Ryan Garcia. So you can't blame nobody else but yourself. You should have stepped away and let a real trainer and stop changing trainers every time y'all go in that ring. Y'all need to stick to one trainer and get that camaraderie, get that closeness, get that trust established. Or your son's still gonna be learning and learning and learning and learning. And then he's gonna take an L, take an L, take an L. He's still gonna be an undercard fighter. All right. So you're talking about a champion. You're talking about Brian Norman, who never popped dirty before. So look, get yourself together and cut that damn hair off. All right, because you're looking silly. God damn it. All right.
Yeah,
Hit the
you
like button, y'all. Man.
at what point I guess my biggest issue is you tell Devin to sue Ryan Garcia and then you have a huge PR nightmare. You do all that suing, everybody cooks you, only for you to subsequently drop the lawsuit and now the rematch ain't happening. And what happened to if the rematch don't happen, they gonna sue him. What happened to that, bro? Lawsuit still dropped. Lawsuit still ain't having that shit over with. And then now you're trying to retroactively try to tell somebody to do something. Why didn't y'all negotiate that shit ahead of time? Like I see the homie Joseph in here. Salute to you, bro. But that's cool. If Brian Norman Jr. and them decide to do what the Haneys are asking them to do, good for them for not letting the Haneys wiggle out this goddamn fight. But the point is, why didn't y'all negotiate this shit ahead of time? Like Bill Haney is trash. Devin needs somebody else to negotiate for him, somebody else to give him advice or something. Because this man keep dropping the ball. If my son was in competition of being a boxer and somebody beat his ass and they cheated him, and I'm in charge of negotiating his contracts, or I'm in charge of representing him, I could give a fuck about the money. I could give a fuck about who walking out last. I could give a damn about who how big the ring is. The very first thing I'm doing when I negotiate any fight for him moving forward is what we doing for the drug testing. If I want you to do 12 weeks, if I want you to do 16 weeks, if I want you to use Vada, USADA, water, whoever I want you to use, bro, we gonna make sure that's taken care of up front, bro. I'm not gonna get him to agree to something, drop the ball on all the shit that I want, and then come back after the fight is already agreed to and be like, oh man, damn, no, we want you to drug test longer. You should have said that shit when y'all was negotiating the fight.
Right.
All of this confusion, all of this bullshit is because Bill Haney is a fucking sucker and he suck at his job, bro.
Yeah.
And all he looking at his son and seeing is dollar signs, bro. And this ain't KQ telling y'all this me. He looking at his son and seeing dollar signs, and he dropped the ball on what he was supposed to be doing, which is protecting his goddamn interest, bro. Your son got cheated and got his ass whooped by a dude that was on Osterine full of goddamn left hooks. Number one, you stupid as shit for letting them fight somebody like Brian Norman Jr. in the first place with that goddamn left hook. But whatever. If you're gonna let them fight, the smartest thing to do would have been to make sure that the drug testing was taken care of up front, bro. Look, we ain't signing nothing until y'all get the drug test. We ain't doing this until y'all get what I want. What you mean how I know this, bro? This is why I can't stand y'all sometimes. If everything they wanted was already done in the agreement, this wouldn't even be a topic, bro. What are you talking about, fam? But anyway, that's all I got, bro. He's trash for this. He should have made sure all this shit was taken care of before time, and this wouldn't even be a topic this weekend, bro. Wouldn't even be a damn topic, but it got to be a topic because they tripping, bro. They tripping. So it is what it is, man. Hopefully everything is good now. Hopefully they got the Haneys new concerns, because that's what they are. These are new concerns. They're brand new concerns that they just came up with this week after already signing the contract. Hopefully they got them addressed. And now we can go on with the fight. Hopefully Bill and Devin don't come up with something else. And next thing they gonna say is Brian Norman Jr. gloves got to be 12 ounces instead of 8 ounces or some shit. So like I don't know, bro. Hopefully this shit don't fall through. But it's looking shaky. Like it's only July 20th. We got a long way to go. We got 4 months to go before we see what the hell happens. So that's all I got on it, man.
Knockout. I don't know where they get this idea. Well, I know where they get this idea. Bill, of course, because Bill believes that Devin is, better than sliced bread. You don't run anything, Bill. Your son is not a champion. All right, your son was undisputed at 135, where he bore down all the way down to get to 135. And we ain't gonna talk about the email shit, all right? That was delivered by Amazon. But what I'm talking about is now at 147 that he haven't fought at yet. Okay, now Brian Norman, he has a belt. No matter how he got it, he still got a belt. He still is a champion. You don't run shit. You the B side right now in this, and Brian Norman is the A side. So I'm sorry, Bill. He don't have to do nothing but what's in that contract. If I was Brian Norman, I ain't doing a damn thing. Put it in the contract, and then we'll negotiate it or something like that. But hey, but still in all, it is what it is. So I mean, but Brian Norman, listen, he never popped dirty, and the fight happened. I think it's a good fight. I think Brian Norman has slow feet on knockout. I think Devin Haney got great feet movement, and that will pretty much help him along the way fighting Brian Norman. So Brian Norman, he can come forward. He got a power versus a power puncher versus a boxer. That's how I look at it. Okay, that's how I look at it. So, and you also knockout and me for love. Hit this on Cash App for both of us. All right, we've been working all week. All right, so all right, that's all I got. Knockout.
Yeah, last thing I'll say, and I can see there's no response for this. And I understand Haney fans. I understand my brother Joseph. The point is, Joseph, all the stuff you're saying in the chat, that should have been addressed during negotiations, bro. Everything you're saying is something that you flex during negotiations. The A side, B side stuff, that's flexed during negotiations. You can't try to flex that shit after everything is already agreed to, bro. It's a bad look. It make you look scary. So you can type whatever you want, bro. You can say whatever you want. Rock with your guy. I got no problem with it. But everything you're saying about Haney is the A side, who name is first, who's really the B side, all of that shit is what you use to negotiate what you want up front. Not after you already announced the fight, not after you already have a press conference, and not after everything is already agreed to. That is the issue, bro. So unless you have a response for that, please stop typing, bro. Now, let's get to the pay-per-view card, KQ. Let's get to the first fight, man. Brandon Figueroa taking on Joel Gonzalez. What did you think of that fight, man?
Man, both guys stayed inside the whole fight. Joel Gonzalez, he saw a little daylight, and he let his hands go. And of course, he was peppering Figueroa. But Brandon Figueroa does what he always do. He don't like to fight on the outside. It's always an inside for Figueroa. Figueroa will hit you with an overhand right, a down low left, an overhand right, another overhand right, and he'll hit you while you're in the clinch. He'll work with that free hand. He'll hit you on behind the head. He'll hit you behind the ear. Any way he can, he will get to you. But Joel Gonzalez had a lot of success last night, though. He had a lot of success, and he knew his number. He had his number. He got his number last night. So he pretty much was giving it much as he was getting it to Figueroa. And once again, though, Figueroa does punch hard, and this ain't his first rodeo. And you can see Joel's face after this fight was over with. I mean, he disfigured that face by hitting with the overhand right and left and uppercuts, everything but the kitchen sink. And this is how he fights, and this is how he usually lose when he fights this way. But last night, it was a different outcome. He won last night. But normally, when he fights like that, he loses, like Cool Boy style. I mean, sometimes, Brandon Figueroa, he switches that southpaw to orthodox. Sometimes no punches don't be landing. He just be swinging. But last night, they was landing. They was landing big. So therefore, he got Joet pretty much figured out and put the pressure on him. Now, Joet, he pretty much found a little daylight last night. He had a little success with the shoe shine real fast and got right back in and clinch, shoulder to shoulder. And then, of course, pushing off. And then another 1, 2, 3 piece. But still, Figueroa was just on him all night long. So Figueroa came out with the win. Now, I thought that Joet Gonzalez was going to give it to him because he did have some clean shots with the shoe shine real fast and things like that. But still, Brandon Figueroa, he did a great job and he won. And that was a title eliminator also.
WBA title eliminator at 126 pounds.
Yes, sir. So that's all I have on that. Brandon Figueroa. I mean, when you talk about Brandon Figueroa, when you talk about his fights, they all pretty much look the same. They all pretty much go the same. And that's just how he is. And that's how he fights. So if he don't look like it, but when you get in that ring, he sure act like it. So that's all I got on him.
I was sitting back watching and I was listening to the commentators. And they were like talking about I had you in one ear. I had you in one ear because I have to listen to what they saying because they be on some bullshit. No, for real. They be on some bullshit, bro. They be trying to make people make you believe people winning when they not winning or whatever. Like how Tim Bradley be doing. So I be trying to listen to both. I be in and out or whatever. But I was listening to them in between rounds and they were trying to give it. They were saying Joet is winning. Joet is winning. And I'm laughing because in the back of my mind, I'm like, Joet Gonzalez ain't got no promoter. Brandon Figueroa is a PBC fighter. This fight is close as hell. Y'all crazy. They finna get this shit to Figueroa. And then to Figueroa's credit, he did take over the last 3 rounds of the fight. I think that really gave him the courage to make sure they gave it to Brandon Figueroa because the last 2 or 3 rounds, he was whooping Joet Gonzalez's ass. Like if he would have been able to fight like that from the beginning of the fight, he probably could have stopped Joet, who ain't never been stopped before. But the first half of the fight, Joet was landing the clean punches. He was outworking Brandon Figueroa. Brandon Figueroa was smothering himself on the inside. And then it's like Brandon Figueroa had Turkey in the corner telling him he only need 3 more rounds, like Hamza Shiraz or some shit. Because come round 9, 10, 11, 12, he started whooping on Joet Gonzalez's ass. And then Joet Gonzalez looked like he was on hitch with the Benadryl. Like he had a shellfish allergy, bro, because he was messed up after that fight, bro.
Man.
And so they gave the nod to Brandon Figueroa. He's now mandatory for Nick Ball's WBA featherweight title, and I think that is a barn burner fight, bro. Because he's that would be crazy if we could get to see Nick Ball defend his title against Brandon Figueroa. Wow. That would be a fight of the year, can't miss candidate. So we'll see what's next for Brandon Figueroa. He's just such a big featherweight, KQ. Like, I don't know how much longer he can make featherweight. I don't know how he ever made 122 pounds, man. He looked like he need to at least be at lightweight or something. I don't know how he making that weight. Maybe that's why he looks so flat in his fight to start the fight. But he got the W. I thought it was a close fight, 7-5 either way. If you say Joet Gonzalez won the fight in your opinion, I won't be mad at you. I can understand why you would have that mindset, especially if you gave him the first part of the round. The majority of the first 7 to 8 rounds, I could see that. But 9 through 12, Brandon Figueroa turned up and did enough to close the show strong, and they gave him the victory. So congratulations to him, man. You got anything else on that?
No. That's about it. Like I say, Brandon Figueroa, he's coming back now. He took a couple of L's. Hopefully this is the start of a winning streak for him. So he's still kind of young. And so he got a lot of rough fights on his belt. So, and when you have all those rough fights, it do shorten your career a little bit. So let's see what happens in the future. So
yeah, man. Yeah. So after that, Pitbull had his replacement opponent. He was able to get the unanimous decision victory. What you think about little Pitbull, man? His little performance last night, man.
Man, first of all, we gotta get that 90 lights over 100, man, because we got 168 people in the building, man. Show the love, god damn. But anyway, now Pitbull Cruz, he tried his best to knock out his opponent. Salido, and he couldn't do it. He's one dimensional. What he is he's like basically one punch, overhand left, overhand right, miss. Trying the right hand, he's one dimensional. He don't jab his way in. He don't work behind the jab. Everybody knows everything comes behind the jab. He doesn't do that. All right, you're not gonna find him doing any type of footwork. You're gonna see him walking to you and throwing the left and throwing the right, and he was missing. Now he had an opponent in there. Opponent was pretty much crafty as far as getting under those shots and pretty much taking those shots. See, sometimes, like I said earlier, you might have an opponent out there that's not so crafty, not so fundamentally sound, but just won't go away. He just would not go away. He'll take the shots. Then once he felt the shots and start taking a toll on him, he started holding. All right, he started holding to the referee. Matter of fact, he would start holding so much the referee couldn't even break him up. He wasn't gonna let go. So referee stepped in, and of course he took a point. Now, once again, that Cicito, pretty much a Cruz still was going for it, still going downstairs to the body. Now, I think Pitbull Cruz said, hey, listen, this is a replacement. This is a one-day replacement. He just flew in this morning. And so I need to get him out of there as soon as possible. And that's why he came out in the first round winging the right and left hand. But he still could not do it. Why? Because he's limited. He's a one-dimensional type fighter, and that's what he had to deal with. Now, of course, I sent his corner over there trying to get him instructions. I'm saying, instructions for what? You only go one way. So basically, Cruz right back at it. And I'm like, wait a minute, he didn't make no adjustments or anything. So what did his corner tell him? Throw a little.
They told him. I'll tell you what they told him. You ain't gonna believe me though. I want to tell you, you ain't gonna believe me.
See,
I couldn't believe the translator. I couldn't believe the translator too. KQ when he translated that shit, I said, I know he didn't tell Pitbull that. He told Pitbull, he said, throw a few jabs and feint a little bit. I said, feint a little bit.
No, he didn't.
I swear to God.
Wow, man, oh man.
I say Pitbull throwing feints at me.
Man, when he ever throw a feint? Man, we ever do a jab.
Oh shit, man. I want to say this. Pitbull, he did good. He won unanimously. It wasn't close, but Pitbull looked like he ain't really be cracking at 140 like that. When he was at 135, he used to be cracking dudes and knocking them out and stopping them or whatever. But he be hitting dudes with the kitchen sink, bro. Like last fight, he hit Angel Figueroa with everything. Couldn't get him out of there. This fight, he was punching this dude all across the ring, loading up on everything. Couldn't get him out of there. He might just be too little and too small for 140, man. Cause he ain't cracking like he used to. But he's still fun to watch. Still super aggressive. Never in a boring fight. Salute to Pitbull for that. But I don't know if he'll ever be world champion again, man. I think those days are long gone and behind him. But we'll see if I'm right, if I'm wrong. If they can get somebody like Rolly a belt or something, then maybe he'll knock him out again. But yeah, man, Pitbull, good job, got the job done, but not overly impressed, man. Not overly impressed at all. You got anything else on him, man?
No, just this. No, you was right about that. That he might be a little bit too small for 140 because his power just wasn't moving this guy. And he was throwing with mean authority. He was sitting down on them punches, and he just couldn't move them. So therefore, when he said 135, he was moving everything except for Gervonta Davis. And Gervonta Davis had a fight with one hand. Matter of fact, that's how he got the name, because he went the distance with Tank Davis. But still, in all, I think 135, that's a good weight for him. 140, them guys is just a little bit bigger, and they can take punches a little bit better. So that's how I seen it. And matter of fact, people in my chat was mentioning that too. He just too small. Some people are too small, for certain weight classes, so. But that's all I got right now.
Yeah, man. All right, so we got to get to the fight with real quick before we get to the rest of this card. My dog Jesse Bam Rodriguez, man, unified 115 pounds. He already got a fight against another champion lined up in November. Jesse Bam Rodriguez stepped on Cafu, man. Stepped on him, did him dirty. I know you was able to watch the fight this morning. I was able to watch it as well. So what's your thoughts on Jesse Bam Rodriguez, man? And would you place him now top 5 pound for pound, man?
Man, yes, I would. What's up, Kurt Hurd? First of all, let me get Kurt Hurd. He just gifted 5 KQKC Boxing Network membership. I appreciate that, Kurt. Yes, sir. All right. I appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir. Now, one thing about I can say, Bam Rodriguez is a damn problem. That little short guy. I
Got
mean,
everything, don't it?
man, the dude, man. I mean, he wears the high guard, but he knows how to place his punches right at the same spot he want to throw at, right where you want to throw at. And of course, he sit down on his punches. Be so small. I mean, he really go inside the body. And of course, Kung Fu, that man, he was game though. He came back with some 1-2 punches, but Bam just walked right through him once he was got going. Now, Bam Rodriguez, he seems like he's a back runner, right? But he does start off pretty good. Of course, he's figuring out, because the ring got Tszyu there, because he's figuring out what he's throwing. I can tell. He's figuring out what his opponent is coming with, and then he make that adjustment, all right? But Bam Rodriguez, man, he is something else right now. He is bagging his opponent up in the corner, and then he caught him with a hook shot. And man, Kung Fu almost went down. He was trying to hold on, but still, he just couldn't do it. I mean, the corner was waving the fight off, and the referee didn't see him. Man, Bam was still trying to go in on him. I mean, Bam got everything that a fighter wants or needs. I mean, he got the ring IQ. He got the punch placement. He got the high guard. He doesn't get hit a lot. I mean, he has everything that you can think of, and I think he's gonna be a big problem from now on. I mean, he's a young fighter that has all the tools that that you need to be a star in this boxing thing. You know, so I mean, shout out to Bam Rodriguez, because he is a big problem right now, and I can see that going forward. Now, I said my guy. I think Roman Gonzalez could have stopped him if he was still in his.
Hell nah, get out of here.
Hold on.
Hell no, man.
Right. I think Roman Gonzalez would have stopped him, right? But if he was younger, in his younger days, but now, not now, no, not now, no, Bam is there by himself, and Bam is moving up slowly but surely, and he is a big problem, and he's standing alone right now in what he can throw. But no, I'm talking about Roman Gonzalez in his younger days. Yeah, so Bam is right there, man. He's right there, and right now, I can't see nobody beating him right now. I just can't.
No, they can't beat him,
You know?
including Chocolatito.
So yeah, but still, I like what I saw. Well, this morning I watched it. I like what I saw, and yeah, he's a big problem, knockout, and I don't care who they put in front of him, he gonna figure them out, and he gonna and what makes it so bad, I look at him and he's not that big of a guy, but when you put them punches together and bunches and bunches, man, he hurt his opponent. And Khufu walked right into that punch this morning. I mean, last night. And so I mean, I don't know what's next for this guy. I don't know who's next for him. I think he got a fight already lined up, I believe.
Yeah, he fighting Martinez. He fighting Martinez, the IBF champion. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's another notch on his belt. Because he's gonna figure this guy out too. And I mean, Robert Garcia had him always together. That's why Robert Garcia is one of the best trainers around right now. Him and Gary James, and no young trainers right now. And so Bam Rodriguez, man, great job. And until next time. That's what I got to say.
I think it was a complete. I think it was a complete performance. The jab was working, the footwork was working, the the ability to stay defensively responsible while being that aggressive was crazy. He got caught with a couple of shots, but that's expected, and he's showing a good chin early in his career. To be able to sustain stuff when he does have some defensive slips, but he just applies so much pressure on you with his ability and his demeanor and just the way that his skills, bro. Like he just really believe in himself. Like he took that Quadras fight on short notice. He fought Juan Francisco Estrada at under 25 years old. He took once he became world champion, he made his first homecoming fight. The dude that knocked out Chocolatito and Rung Vasai. Like he just be moving like a whole G out here, bro. And I respect it. And this is what footwork look like, man. Like people be talking to me about all this footwork this and footwork that, and every time they talk to me about footwork, it's footwork to be defensive. Well, damn it, you can use your footwork to get some shit off and be offensive as well. You can use your footwork to get in position to land killer shots as well. And that's the type of footwork I like to see. Bam, stepping off to weak side angles, jumping back to strong side angles, taking the angle over here to throw an uppercut, another angle over there to throw a right hook. Just nasty, nasty, nasty skills. And these boys in trouble, man. They in trouble out here. You can listen from 118 down. You can have them all. I got Bam. I got Bam. You can have whoever you want from 118 down. I got Bam, bro. I got Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Y'all can have the rest of them. That's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. He about to be a multiple division, unified champion. And watch what I tell you. This Martinez dude, he throw a lot of punches. This Martinez dude is very tough out of Argentina. You might have a fight of the year candidate until Jesse Bam Rodriguez step on his ass. He gonna step on this dude too, KQ. He gonna step on him in November. Watch what I tell you, man. But anyway, that's all I got on that, man. Bam did his thing, man. You got anything else on him?
Yeah, did he get his jaw broke? I seen.
Yeah, he got his jaw broke. Yeah, he got his jaw broke.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, and still beat the dude ass. And you couldn't even tell, you didn't know his jaw was broke. You didn't know his jaw was broke.
No, I didn't
know. Until
No.
the fight was over.
Wow.
Because he just kept fighting. He just kept fighting.
Yeah, see, that tell you a lot. That tell you how tough he is. To be so short, to be so small, he fighting with a broken jaw. Now, I know Valdez did that, but he was on steroids. But still, he had a broken jaw and he was fighting. But Bam, I mean, you would never know. You would never know that he had a broken jaw. He still was taking a punch and still coming forward. He still was throwing his punches. So, I mean, man, shout out to Bam Rodriguez though, for real. And like Drink More Water was saying,
yeah, he all but retired.
Mm-hmm. He what? No, what you saying? Oh.
I say, go ahead, my bad. I say, go ahead, my bad, my fault.
No, I was just saying that Drink More Water is right. You know, he know how to transition from offense to defense with no problem. You know, so now who broke his jaw? Well, what I hear is his opponent that he fought on last night. And I said this morning.
Not him.
Right. Okay, that's what I thought. I was trying to say not this morning. The fight was last night. A1. Okay, I just watched it this morning because I was on a PBC card last night. So okay, that's all I got. Knock out. Yeah.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to answer Drink's question. Give me a second.
Okay.
It was Gonzalez, Drink. He broke he got his jaw broke against Christian Gonzalez in the 6th round.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a few fights ago, bro. So yeah, that was a great performance, man. Jesse Bam Rodriguez is a damn savage, and I can't wait for him to get in there and whoop Fernando Martinez's ass, because that's exactly what's gonna happen. So let me let's get to the co-main event, bro. A lot of y'all was picking Tszyu. A lot of people in my chats was riding with Tszyu, and if you remember to my channel, I told him, KQ, I said Sebastian Fundora is about to dominate and beat up and stop Tszyu. They thought I was crazy, and now we see what happened. What's your thoughts on the 154-pound champion Sebastian Fundora demolition of Tszyu last night, man? What do you think?
Well, I thought you were crazy too, damn it. Because I really thought Tim Tszyu, okay, you're gonna get his hand raised tonight. Because he had that vest on his head, got busted. Then once he came back, he still was messing with it and was conscious of it. But this time, his hair grown out and he's ready now. Right, he was throwing some stuff though, but Fundora got clipped a couple times from Tszyu, but Fundora still kept coming. And Fundora's a big problem too, because he's not a guy that fights on the inside all the time. He fights on the outside most of the time too. Like last night. Last night he had that jab. He was pumping out that stick all night long. And Tszyu was trying to find a way in. And because of the height, the reach, Tszyu pretty much was jumping up with the right hand, couldn't get in there. He was trying to go downstairs. Every time he went downstairs, there go Fundora jab. He counterpunched him as he was getting out of there. So I mean, Tszyu was having a hard time. And then he started throwing with mean authority, sitting down on them punches. And then he clipped him again. He clipped Fundora. But Fundora walked right through it. He walked right through it. And now, there go another uppercut he was using. He was pumping out that jab again. Then the left hand uppercut. Left hand uppercut, straight right. Uppercut, straight right. Uppercut, straight right. All day long. And then they really hit him with a big uppercut, big left hand. And then Tszyu, man, I don't know, it was his egg scrambled or what, because he had to sit on the ropes for a minute before he even took a stool. He had to shake it off, man. But that would cause him to stop the fight, because whatever Fundora hit him with, whatever happened, I don't know, the brain was rattling around in his head, I don't know. Or what his eyes he couldn't see or what, I don't know. But one thing about it is he had to pretty much stop that fight. He didn't want to go on because he got that right eye busted. That came from that left uppercut already. So I mean, Tszyu, he's a good fighter. He can punch, but I think Fundora is just too tall. And he got a little power because the reach he was using, he was with the left hand and just slapped with the right hand. I mean, he was like way back there and just slapped him like he stole something. I mean, he gave the uppercut there, slapped him like he stole something. Man, but Tszyu was swinging hard, but he just couldn't get up there. He needed a step ladder to get up there and throw that right hand. But, all in all, let's see what's next for Fundora. But Jamel, Keith Thurman, they want to go at it. They wanted to get their thing on. I would like to see that fight. So hopefully, 154.
They want to go at it with who? Each other?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying Sebastian Fundora. I was like, they better leave that big tall dude alone.
Oh no. But 154 is getting deep. 154 is getting deep right now. I mean, it's one of the deepest divisions right now. Matter of fact, it's deeper than the Glamour division, 147. So man, I can't wait, man. I'm excited about 154 right now. And now, who says Sam Crawford's going to retire after Canelo? I don't know. Maybe he might go back to 154. We'll see. Earl Spence talking about coming back. So we'll see about that. So I'm kind of excited about 154, man.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That performance was scary because he just dominated him from start to finish. Tszyu had moments in that fight, but if he can't hurt Fundora with the stuff he was hitting him with, he had no shot. Fundora stayed behind his jab well. The straight left was nasty. I don't know how he started hitting hard all of a sudden. And then forget, he can fight really well on the inside, and that's how he ended up ending the fight with them uppercuts and hooks he was landing on Tim Tszyu. How he was throwing with such mean intentions in there, bro. Just nasty work and just really, really solid work from Sebastian Fundora. Tim Tszyu fought his heart out, bless his heart. He just was in there, just looked like he was just in there getting dwarfed, like he was a little midget getting dwarfed by a giant, just getting punched on, man. And it was hard to watch because I'm a Tim Tszyu fan, but Fundora was just on the right trajectory, and Tim Tszyu was going downhill. He had that big cut that he took against Fundora, lost that fight. Bakram sent him into a whole nother dimension, and Fundora was he won that fight, and he had a good performance against Cordell Booker. He started using his distance better, fighting behind his jab better, and it's all bad now for dudes at 154 dealing with Fundora. And then in the 6th round, you could see Fundora was hunting, and he was throwing I'm trying to kill you punches. And Tszyu was fighting his heart out, trying to throw please don't kill me punches, like please get off of me.
Right. Yes,
And
sir.
it was, and you could see it. You could, like, if you've been watching boxing a long time, you could see like, oh no, Tszyu ready to go. He just get this his last stand right here. And sure enough, at the end of that 6th round, that man went over to that corner.
Man.
He just looked at his trainer. He didn't even say a word. He just looked at him like, bro, I don't want to say it because the camera's on, but I need you to stop this shit. I need you to stop. Everybody, if you know boxing, you knew Fundora was about to come out for the rest of the fight and just throw uppercuts, fight on the inside, and get back to that old Fundora, and it was gonna get spooky in there, bro. And Tim knew it too. That's why if anybody go back, he didn't say a word. He went over there, he sat down in the corner. They put the ice pack on his head, KQ, and he was just looking up. He was looking up at his trainer like this. He was like this.
Yeah, just looking. Cause he leaned on the ropes for a minute. You know, he didn't know what he was saying.
He leaned on the ropes. He turned around and sat down. He said,
man, yeah, he went all there, man. He went all there, man. You know,
his lip poked out and everything.
Yeah, he wasn't there, man. You know.
Say, dog, get me up out of here, bro.
Yeah.
He about to kill me. I gotta get back to Australia, man. I gotta get back to Australia, dude. I gotta get to my wife, man. This shit's ugly, man. So I think it's over with. I think it's over for Tszyu, man.
You think so?
I think it's over. Yeah. As far as like being champion or whatever, because you gotta think like he can't move to 160 because his defense ain't good enough. Them dudes too big. They cracking harder than that. You put him at the top of 160 against like a Dumbass or somebody like Janabek, you can't beat them. And then at 154, what you gonna do? Put him in there with Virgil now?
Right.
I mean, you want to put him in there with Xander? He just is deep.
Wow.
That shit got ugly, man. It got real ugly. So salute to Fundora though, the winner, man. You got to consider him the number 154 pounder right now. And that boy gonna be a problem, man.
Yeah.
That boy gonna be a problem. That's all I got, man. You got anything else on it?
No, I sure don't. And shout out to Crucial content in the Cash App. All right. Appreciate you, brother.
Already.
Yes,
all right, man. 937-year-old Manny Pacquiao fought Mario Barrios to a draw last night.
Man.
My parlay was perfect until Pacquiao decided to go to the Fountain of Youth and become Benjamin Button or some shit, man. What did you think? What did you think of Manny Pacquiao? Manny Pacquiao, man. Getting a draw against Mario Barrios. What's your thoughts, man?
Man, I don't know what was going on. I seen Mario Barrios fight from Tank Davis to all the way up to 147 and with a title. Last night, it looked like he was showing Manny Pacquiao too goddamn much respect. Look, Manny Pacquiao know what he signed up for. Manny Pacquiao, yes, he's 46 years of age. So what? We know what he signed up for, so he should get his ass whooped like anybody else. But Mario Barrios pretty much was throwing soft punches. He wasn't establishing the jab like he always do. He might throw one out there every blue moon, the straight right every blue moon. He was pretty much bending down, coming up high guard, one throwing, one letting his hands go, and Pacquiao still was with that rolling jab, that backhand, right hand, and that's basically how the fight was going, basically. To maybe his corner told him that, hey, man, you losing this fight. And then he stepped it up a little bit more. And then the jab started punching, putting Manny Pacquiao head back a little bit. But Pacquiao still, at his age, Barrios went to the body, slow down that momentum, slow down and take that breath out of him, take that gas out of him. But he didn't do that. I don't know what his corner was telling him though. But still in all, Mario Barrios, man, he looked pretty much like trash last night. Manny Pacquiao, people thinking that, oh, the fix is in. What is it? You know, but once again, they came with the draw. Then I thought about it. Okay, this is a PBC fighter, Mario Barrios. All right, Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. Okay, that draw, that means that Barrios keeping his belt. Ain't gonna be no rematch. I know that. Manny Pacquiao 46, he got that bag. That's all he needed. He needed to pay rent or some shit. I don't know. But anyway, still in all, Barrio didn't fight like the Barrio I have known him to fight like. Now, Manny Pacquiao, yes, everybody was cheering every time he throw a punch, even though it landed or not. And I don't know if that got to him or not mentally or what. But still, Manny Pacquiao now knockout. Manny Pacquiao was crying a lot last night. He hit me low, hit me on my leg. I mean, then he always want to tap gloves and shit. He always want to shake and all that. Look, damn that. All right, see, I'm the type of guy. Hey, I ain't shaking your hand. Put it out there again. Watch me knock you out. Right? That's how I would do. We don't need to do all that every time we go out there for the next round. Chop gloves and all that. No, I'm do like Floyd did Victor Ortiz, baby. Yes, sir. Knock you out. Protect yourself for all time. But still in all, Manny Pacquiao, he still, you can see the age. You can see the age on him. The punches were slow. He was trying to get in and get out, do that old southpaw, straight left, fall out to the right. And it was slow. It was like he was doing it in slow motion. But still in all, Barrio, he's the younger fighter. He's a 16-year younger fighter, but he didn't fight like it. I didn't see the aggression. I didn't see the dog in him last night. So, but that's what I saw last night. Now it did come to a draw, and like I said, that's the best outcome. But how you gonna sit there and have a draw to a fighter that, man, is 46
2,200 years old. He 2,200 years old.
Man, oh man. I mean, come on. I mean, what the hell is going on, Barrio? Man, for real.
Man, he's trash. He is trash. I used to think he was a good win for Tank, and then he got a draw with Abel Ramos, and then he got a draw with 3,300-year-old Manny Pacquiao. This is ridiculous. Manny Pacquiao, how he looked like he was fast?
Let me ask you something.
How he looked like he had speed? His footwork was better than Barrios, and every time Barrios would get him with any kind of jab or whatever, Barrios just stopped throwing punches. Somebody paid I'm convinced somebody paid Barrios not to whoop Manny ass. Something happened. I don't know. Because he was there for the taking. Every time he would jab, he would hit him. Every time he would throw a body shot, he would hit him. He had Manny trying to be the referee in there. Yeah. And you know what Barrios did? He let him be the referee. He's like, okay, my bad, Manny. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have punched you. It's a boxing match.
Right. Too much respect.
Ridiculous, bro.
No dog.
What were you about to ask me?
No, I was going to ask you, do you think Mario Barrio is just too nice of a boxer? Man, he needs some dog in him or something. He need to get mean or something,
Man, he's 30 years old. He's not going to get mean. I think he just trash. I think he is food. You put him in there with Brian Norman Jr., you put him in there with Devin Haney, you put him in there with anybody that got anything at 147, any of them 140-pounders moving up, he getting his ass whooped. Okay, get him up out of somebody else get the belt, man. Somebody else get the belt. Like the welterweight division is supposed to be a glamour division, and we got Mario Barrios and Rolly Romero as damn champions. KQ, we might get a unification title fight between Mario Barrios and Rolly Romero, and they better not put it on pay-per-view. They better not put it on pay-per-view. It'll be ridiculous. But yeah, man, I thought Manny did good for a 4,000-year-old champion, man. He did really, really good. He did better than I expected. He hadn't been like, that's the crazy thing. Like when you watching them fight, Manny hadn't been in the ring for 4 years. He's damn near 50 years old. And Mario Barrios looked like that against him, man. That is tragic. That is trash, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Was he starstruck or what the hell? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But that's all I got, man. You got anything else, man, as we get ready to wrap the show?
No, like I say, y'all hit the like button as we wrap up the show, or hit the cash app as we wrapped up the show. Show your love. I will be live on Monday and Tuesday, and I will be off Wednesday. What about you, Knockout?
I'll see y'all Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Appreciate you, KQ.
All right, appreciate you, brother. All right, we out. Peace and love.
This song is dedicated to all those ballers out there and all those hustlers. just people out there just getting their money on, you know what I'm saying? To all of you haters, just remember this. I'm living it up, y'all.